Just film this part 2 while I'm on my break. Hope the audio is coming through. So I get to work today, and the guy who's the most senior, who's supervising the site, comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, I heard you put this piece on the wrong way, and this piece is basically, it's the same thing on both sides, but one side, the sticker, which tells you what type of voltage is running through it, is not on it. So you have to put it on the side with the sticker on it." And it was towards the end of the day, so I think I had put it on the wrong way. And the guy that I was working next to told me. So I was like, "Oh, it's just a sticker. Let me just try and take the sticker off and put it on the sticker onto that side." So I tried to take off the sticker, and I couldn't take off the sticker. So I just quickly undone it, turned it around, tightened it back. And then today I cut this. The supervisor, he's just come onto site, and apparently there was a clip, a Jubilee clip, and it's got this. We work with something called SWA, so it's got this like steel metal armor in, and you have to put a what do you call it? You have to put a gland and a clip, and the gland sits inside the steel armoring, which is like these strands of steel, these very skinny strands. Anyway, on my one, I just see some people from a different site walk into our site. On my one, there was some steel metal armoring sticking out, because when I was sawing it, I didn't manage to saw it clean straight across. As I was saying in my last video, I haven't been working on this specific type of equipment, so I'm a little bit rusty. There's a bit of a lag of what I was saying, so you need to keep doing it, and then it becomes a bit neater. So the supervisor, the guy that was working next to me, sent a picture of it while he was next to me, but he didn't tell me at the time that it got sent to the supervisor. The supervisor told them to tell me, or tell him to redo that one. So now I'm gonna go up and take that thing down and do it again. And I just said to the person that told me to do it, I said, yeah, that's fine. I mean, as long as you're doing that for everybody's work, that's fine. But it's not everybody's work, you know. It's my work, you know. The person that sent the picture, I've been feeling him just watching me, his lasers, every time I'm doing something. His lasers, he's looking over. Just now he came, he's like, "Oh, do you need help? Do you need to pull up? Do you need help to pick it up?" I was like, "For what? Like, just leave me alone, don't talk to me, little snitch." But the supervisor, he's here, he's in his van now. And when I just looked back, he was looking. Now he's not, he's eating. But before I started the video, I looked out my window, I looked into his van here, he was just staring. The guy is literally obsessed. He's got the Napoleon complex. He's like, the guy's like 4 foot, he's so short. And I came to the company, he's just, one day he just woke out of the wrong side of bed, and I think I disagreed with him on something, and since then he's just been on me. And there was another time when he wanted me to do something, and he said something like to me, like, "You're walking around like you own the place." Like, these people, man, is like, any small slight that they take as a slight, they go for you, like narcissistic injury. They go for the jugular, and the thing that they want you for is so like minuscule. Like the thing that he wants me to change, it won't affect the equipment that we use. Like, it's because the gland and the clip and the steel armoring are touching, it means that it creates this path back to earth. So it's like an extra safety measure in electrics. But, you know, obviously sometimes you want things to look tidy-ish, and in certain situations where there isn't space, you have to have the steel strands, they have to be cut straight so it can fit into a tight enclosure. But this enclosure isn't tight, and nobody's gonna go up there, so nobody will ever see how it was sawed, whether there's a strand that's not straight, that is the clip is slightly below the gland, how you're supposed to have pulled the gland, push the gland down and pull the clip up so they're just like perfectly aligned, which is like, when I had it down, the guy that was next to me could have told me at the time, but rather than that, he just took a picture of it and he sent it to the guy he's asked him to watch me, basically. So it's like any little mistake, it's like, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. You're taking too long to do this. But at the same time, I've remembered how to do most things and I haven't done them for a long time. And this is like a slightly different type of equipment. So I was working on the computer side, installing the computer side. And then now I'm doing a different side. And I don't know, the guy's friend just walked past and just put a thumb. He's happy to see him, the guy that was grassing. He just put a thumb. And I don't know, you can see them there, look. Can you see them? Yeah, he just put a thumb. And it's you know, something small. So gonna do with that. I'm gonna do that. So he's like, oh, redo it. So when I go back from my break, I'm gonna redo it. So yeah, that's just a part 2, just a little update on how these things play out. I've watched videos in the past where they say, chosen ones or people that are empathic shouldn't work 9 to 5s, and there's a lot of truth to that, but we have things to pay. You can mute your colors a bit. Don't be too sensitive to everything that these people try to do to you, like they will get it back. You can actually work a job and pay your staff and be comfortable, as long as you don't give out your empathy and you have clear boundaries and you can keep your head down. Like, the thing about us is that when people they just know who we are, they start bullying us, they start ganging up on us, they start gaslighting us, they start, like what's happening to me is something that happens in literally every job. It gets to the point where you just have to leave, or you get sacked for no reason. You get sacked like just for something so small, like what I'm being told, like, oh, this is not straight or whatever. I can guarantee if you go and check all the other sites, you will find many like this, especially for the people that are kind of like not as senior. Yeah, but you know, for them it's fine, but for me it's not fine. Like, it's one rule for them, one rule for you, and they want you in this constant state of fear, constant state of panic, constant face. Because even when they told me, I was a little bit annoyed. Yeah, I was like mildly annoyed, and I was just like, oh, you better be taking pictures of everybody's work, and I kind of made a little bit of a thing about it. But then I just calmed myself down, and when I go back out there, I'm gonna try and remain calm and just do it without anything, because yeah, like as I was saying in the last video, there are lots of positives as well, and we start early as well, so we finish work early, so that's another thing. So that we have, if you want to do a side business, side hustle, or go gym or do other pastimes, you're able to do that. The whole day is not done. In winter, fair enough, it gets dark early, but in the summertime, when you finish work at like 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, you drive home, there's lots of stuff to do. But I'll see how this goes. I mean, I work on trades, so I don't have to stay for a company. I could go to a different company, I could become a contractor and work for myself. There's lots of options that I've given myself, and I think all empaths should do that. Try and become self-employed, try and find something you can do where you work independently, so you're kind of in control of your destiny, and you're not sort of having to deal with co-workers and supervisors, etc. Even if you're doing stuff like, I think in America it's called DoorDash or Uber Eats or Deliveroo or whatever. I did a little bit of that in the past before, and you know, you kind of work when you want. You set your timetable, you pay yourself when you want, you know, these sort of things. Because I've had that in the past with jobs where they would try to keep my money at a certain level, or they pay you when they want to pay you, or this kind of things, because they just know that they're trying to get supply out of you. They want you to be running up after them, after their heels, begging for your pay, begging for them to treat you fairly. Like, explaining yourself to them. Even when the guy was showing me, another guy was showing me the clip or whatever. I did it on a different equipment, and he's like, yeah, this is how we want to do it. This is perfect, perfect, perfect. So, so today is a new day. I've done a different one. And because I've done a bit more some yesterday, today was better than yesterday. And that's just how it goes with anything. The more you do, the better you become. But their goal is to prevent you from going forward, prevent you from getting better, prevent you from doing your your potential. And this is such a small thing as well. As I was saying yesterday, ask them to explain what insulation resistance is. Ask them to explain the difference between TNCS and TNS, or TN or TT, not TN, TT, or any of these configurations. They won't know how to do it. Understand about transformers, the windings and the secondary windings and all this kind of thing. What's Ohm's law? They won't know any of this stuff. They won't understand how it relates to what we do, or like ADS, automatic disconnection of supply, or earth, bonding, earthing, more earthing. Yeah, they won't understand it, but they're the ones that are in the position to tell me to go and redo something. So that's just the situation it's for now anyway. So I just got to put up with it. Christmas is coming up, so that will be a break. So yeah, I just have to think about future, and you should do the same. Like, if you're happy with where you are, what you're doing, is there a place that you can go, that you can do something that is a bit more easier, a bit more chill? That's another guy. He just gave his thumb. He's actually all right. There's a couple of all right ones. He's not bad. There's some that are fun. There's some that are just straight up narcs, narcissistic, energy vampires, shapeshifters. Because one minute they're your friend, next minute they're not. Destiny swappers, destiny blockers, corrupted, liars, victim, constantly victims, constantly backstabbing, constantly going to management behind your back, gossiping about other co-workers. That's literally what these people do. It's weird, man. Fair enough, it's not all the time, but for me, sometimes it's just to be around this kind of energy. It's it's not what I'm used to. But yeah, they know who we are, so we have to know who we are as well. We have to wake up as well and find our path. And also, we have to not be fooled by their projections and their lies and their constant switching from love bombing to devaluing us. One minute they want to love you and they want to learn, and the next minute they want to learn about you. The next minute they want to report you to management. They want to attack your self-esteem. They want to tell you your work, your work's not good enough, you're not good enough. Yeah, just all kinds of things. I think that's yeah. So yeah, I'm on break. I'm just gonna go back out there and just continue. I'm not upset, skin glowing, doing my thing in it. Speak to you soon. Peace.